Hey friends, welcome to the Moms in Real Estate podcast. I'm Kristen, your host, a community builder, an agent, an entrepreneur, and a mom. And this podcast is for moms that are building a business and they're building life, and we're not pretending like we have it all together. I'm so happy you're here. Let's dive into our episode. Hey girls, welcome back to Moms in Real Estate. I'm Kristen Cantrell, your host, and today is a solo episode, and I thought I would just hop on here and share a recent experience of mine. I invested back in November of 2025 for 2026 for me to be a part of a mastermind, and it was a lot of money, and it was a really hard decision. Like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Is it going to be worth it? And it launched in January. Here we are. It's the beginning of March, and I have to tell you, it's been so worth it, you guys. The girl that hosted it is one of my friends, and she's actually a sponsor of this podcast. So if you've ever heard us talk about your tax coach, it's Barb who owns the firm, and she is just so great in so many ways. And so when she said that she was going to be doing this is when I wanted to buy in, because I already have known her for years. I've already seen her speak at my retreats, at my conferences, and I've just been able to learn from her over the years. But this was in a different container, and she has evolved. I mean, more and more and more every year after year after year. And so it's a 12-month container that I'm in right now, and we meet on Zoom every other week. We're in a Telegram chat with all the women. I think there's about 30 to 33 of us. I don't know why I'm thinking 33, but I am. And then we have a handful of retreats each year. Last week was our first retreat. And what was really fun about this for me is, I've been talking about retreats forever. You guys should go to them. You guys should invest in them. And I've been the one hosting them, you guys, that I've been talking about. I haven't actually been attending. And so what was really cool is this year I told myself, I'm going to put me hosting retreats on pause, and I'm going to attend this year. And so I got to go in as an attendee and just learn and build relationships without worrying about the catering, without worrying about, the speakers or the bed situation, or, just little things like that. So I was really able to be present. And when we left the retreat, I was really sitting there thinking, like, what was the best part of this retreat? Like, if I had to sum it up, what's like the number one takeaway that I have? And it always comes down to the same freaking thing, you guys. And I know you know what I'm going to say. It's about the relationships. It's about the other 30 women that I was retreating with. And it was about their stories and what they do and what they've had success in. And gosh, it always boils down to that. And I knew that. Hey girls, did you know Moms in Real Estate has a referral network? That's right, we do. You guys have to check it out. It's called the Moms in Real Estate Referral Network on MIREreferralnetwork.com. And you can search for moms in real estate all across the United States that can be your referral partners. Make sure to check it out now. It's just funny when you get hit in the face with the same answer over and over again. Every time I host retreats, I ask people before they come, what's the number one thing that you want to take away from this retreat? 95% of them always reply to me and say they want to leave with new friendships with female entrepreneurs. People crave community and they crave connection all the time. And so it was fun to just experience that from a different seat during this retreat. Outside of the friendships that I made and the connections that I made, the whole event was so good, you guys. Every little detail was good. Don't just go to any retreat. You want to make sure whoever's hosting it, they're going to bring value. And if you know Barb and your tax coach, we call her Bougie Barb. And so it was really cool to see all the different pieces and how it came together. The food, the breath work, the coaches, the dinners, the lunch, everything was just we rode in a helicopter, you guys. I never even thought about riding in a helicopter ever. And we showed up at dinner and there was a helicopter. And so I was like, heck yeah, why not? It was so much fun. But I go back to the people, and again, like I was at an event yesterday, a real estate event for real agents, because I'm at Real Broker, and there's 100 and something people there, and I'm afterwards talking to everybody, meeting them, and one of my friends, Megan, introduced me to this guy. His name was Dustin, and he runs a team, and he's at an independent brokerage. And I was like, oh, how'd you like the event? Like, I'm glad you're here. And he said, it's just so good to get out of the little bubble I've created for myself. And I'm like, man, it's like no matter where I go, people, I hear about this. Like, I'm so glad I got out of my house today. I'm so glad that I invested in this retreat. I'm so glad that I decided to come to content day. I'm so glad that, like, I know it's hard. Trust me, I even do this. Like, I have on my calendar every Monday a reminder, like, what events are you going to this week, this month? Like, plan them ahead of time, because you can get really comfortable working from your home office, and it's really lonely. And you really, like, if I sit and think about where is my time best spent as an entrepreneur and the type of businesses I have, it's not sitting in my office. It is definitely intentionally putting myself in the right rooms to make the right connections, to serve the right people, to make the new friends. So I just wanted to say that on this podcast. And I'll even have a fun little exercise for you guys that I personally do. And I talk about this when I talk about community building a lot. I remember I was at this Bible study one time. It was a big Bible study. It was like, gosh, I want to say like 75 women in this room. And the girl that ran it was a real estate agent. And she got up on stage and she started talking about like why she had this why she had this Bible study. And she said that she was really busy in real estate, and she had this like situation come up where she couldn't get her kids. And she really needed somebody to go get her kids, not that she couldn't get them. And she said she went to pull out her phone, and when she went to call somebody to help her, she had nobody to call. Outside of her husband, she was like completely isolated. And so her creating the Bible study was like one of the ways that she went about having community. And so ever since then, I just loved this story so much, because it really allows you to think like, okay, if I'm struggling as a mom and I am like, oh my gosh, like I just, whatever, you're spiraling. Maybe one day you just feel like you suck so bad, and you pull out your phone and you're like, I need to call a friend. Do you have a friend to call? Do you have another person that gets it? Another person that can talk to you about you're not a bad mom and go through the situation with you? What about if you're struggling with your spouse? Like, you pick out your phone and you're like, is there anyone that I trust and love that I can call and talk about this with? The same thing goes for business. The same thing goes for health. And so you should strive like to have, like, I always say, like at least 5 people in every area. Of course, I feel like I want to have way more than 5 in each area. Sometimes I'll be like, when I went through my health stuff last year, I did not have a lot of people to call when I was struggling. Like, my best friends did not want to hear about it. And so, not that they're bad or like mean or anything like that, but like it kind of can get annoying when someone's talking. I was annoying. I was constantly talking about like how my stomach hurt and whatever else. And there was just dead ends. So when you find these people who are also on a health journey or a journey that's similar to you that you can call and talk to, it makes all the difference in the world. And I'll even give you a scenario like we're talking about right now that happened. So after the retreat, you guys, we did breath work and we did a lot of nervous system work. And I was around women that, I mean, they are far ahead of me when it comes in their businesses. Like, most of them were way far ahead of me. And so between all the things, I just felt when I was so emotionally hungover when we were driving home, and I was just really down. Like, I was really down.
Tell me if this is you. You're between a showing and school pickup, and you realize you haven't posted on Instagram in 2 weeks. You want to show up online. You've heard it can work, but between the kids, the clients, and everything else, content is always the thing that falls off the list. But when it's working, DMs start flooding in from people saying, I want to work with you. Take it from Elena, a busy mom who sold $8 million from Instagram in 1 year. Katie, who hit 3.5 million in 6 months as a brand new agent, and Lauren, who sold 5 million from Instagram just after 1 year. They all lean on Coffee and Contracts, a marketing membership that gives you the content, the strategy, and a weekly content plan so you never have to figure out what to post. That's the difference between wasting time on leads who ghost and attracting your people even when you're offline. Moms in Real Estate listeners can try a free week of Coffee and Contracts content. Head to the show notes, click the link, and if you love it, use code MIRE for $20 off your membership.
And I was talking to my friend driving home about it, and then I called one of my best friends and just was like, I just don't feel like good right now. And I went through it with her, and then in the morning I called another friend. So that's 3 friends that I needed to talk through how I was feeling, why I thought I felt that way, and then I wanted their perspective on it. And literally, I felt like a new person by lunchtime the next day, and then I was inspired again by late afternoon that day, and I knew why I was like going through feeling like that. And so it's just like, you've got to have those people to call. Otherwise, like, it's so hard to go through those feelings all alone. So that is my episode today, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope that this encourages you to get in community if you're not in community. I know if you're local to Arizona, I can invite you to a billion things. If you're not local to Arizona and you're like, oh, Kristen, what should I jump into? Ask me. I mean, my business is Hello Culture, and we have 35 chapters that are all for women like you to be in community. So maybe there's one in your local market. Maybe you want to start a community, because that's the thing that I did. If it was not here, it was things that I didn't like going to. So I created it myself. So maybe you create a community. But feel free to message me. If you just go to Instagram, hey, Kristen Cantrell, message me and ask me. Like, I am so happy to try to connect you with somebody I know. And also ask in the Moms in Real Estate Facebook community. I know those girls are craving connection too. So I hope you all have the best day. A couple things to remember is we have a referral network inside of Moms in Real Estate, and not only is it for you to be the go-to agent in your local market, it's also a monthly mastermind where you get to know and be in community with other women like you on Zoom once a month. So check that out. You can always go to heymire.com. And I love you, ladies. I'll talk to you later. If you like this episode, make sure to like and to subscribe so that we show up in your feed. And if you want to stay close, make sure to check out the show notes, because I have a lot of ways for you to do that.